Welcome to NEXTGames Mythic Weapon Series, Leujaoam Sanctum Part 1. Now in our last episode, we went over Nyzel Isle and how to obtain our weapon and get to floor 100, as well as farm some tokens. Now today, we start our trek through the assaults. There are 50 of them in total, separated into 5 different zones. Now we will need to defeat all of these at least 2 times, once to get your captain rank, and a second time for the weapon itself, in order to actually achieve your mythic weapon. Now currently, you're seeing me take on the first of these assaults in Leujaoam Sanctum, in Leujaoam Cleansing. Now in this assault, we need to run around the map and kill a total of 15 worms. Now at current levels, these worms are of no threat to you and will normally only take a few rounds of attacks or a single spell to take out, as you just saw me doing there. Now you will want to follow the path that you see me following right now, where we start at the green dot on the map, and we work our way to the black dot, where we drop down to the below area, and then continue the path following the black arrows. Now once the path of these black arrows leads us back to this main big room, exit this room through the southeast corner, and follow the blue arrows to encounter even more worms on your way to the red dot. Keep in mind that I ended up failing to follow the blue arrows to the east before taking them to the southwest, and that caused me to have to go back and kill 2 worms and then run all the way around again. So make sure you go ahead and go to the east towards that red dot and kill those 2 worms there before you head down to the southwest. You should end up killing your final worm right before the red dot, which should make the Rune of Release appear, which will allow you to exit and win the map. Now, movement speed gear is going to speed up your run greatly here, as it's going to on most of the assaults, so make sure you bring with you a method of movement boost for the job that you're on. Now normally, this run should take you about 7 to 9 minutes to take out with that movement gear on you, but you have a total of 30 minutes to beat it, so know that you're in no real rush here. Now here we are at the second of Leujaoam's assaults, Orichalcum Survey. Now this can be the most time-consuming of the first set of assaults due to it being entirely random. You start this run by talking with Leujaoam. Now he will give you a pickaxe, and you now want to run around the map, and I suggest following the arrows seen on the map in alternating circles to look for mining points, and then you want to mine at them. Now when you do that, one of 5 things is going to happen. First, you could mine up nothing at all, in which case, just go ahead and mine again as long as that point is still present. Now the second thing that can happen is you can get an item such as a pebble or zinc ore. Now ignore this if it happens and just keep mining if that point is present. The third thing that could possibly happen is that a worm's going to spawn. Now if this happens, you want to quickly kill this worm as we did in our last run, and then get back to mining again if that point is still there. Now another possible outcome is your pickaxe can break. Now if this happens, you want to run as fast as you can back to the starting NPC to get another pickaxe, and then go right back to your mining, hopefully along the same path that you are currently going on. Now the final possible outcome is you can mine the Orichalcum ore, and that is the whole goal of this run. Once you've mined this ore up, you want to run back to the original NPC that you got your axe from, and then give it to him, and the Rune of Release will appear. Now keep in mind that the kikis on the map will become aggressive once you find the ore, so you'll need to either outrun them or kill them on your way to the NPC. The randomness of this assault is what leads to the frustration level, as you can sometimes get lucky and get that Orichalcum ore on your first few minings, and then other times it's going to take several runs before you'll end up finding one. Now for our third run at this staging point, we now take on Escort Professor Chanoix. Now in this one, we need to escort an NPC through the map as he investigates things. Now he will not stop at any time on his investigation for enemies or you, so I find what is best to do on this one is to get ahead of him on the path, and then try to stay as far ahead of him as you can while still seeing where he's heading, and killing any enemies that he may encounter. Now in the event that there is a fork in the road, I try to look ahead on both paths and take out any nearby enemies, so that I have the time to see which path he chooses, and then pass him before he encounters any more enemies. Now this run can take a bit of time, and it took me just over 10 minutes, as he's going to stop and pause and stare at things a number of times. Now other than that, this one is pretty easy. Now if you're having issues with keeping him alive, you can always bring a healing job and try and cure him, but I don't really think that should be necessary for most people these days. I'm going to go ahead and let the rest of this run play out. We'll talk again in a few seconds at the start of the next run. And now for our fourth run, Shanarha Grass Conservation. Now in this one, you will start in the middle of the map with 20 conies. Now they will not be aggressive, but they will link and will break into two separate groups of 10, one heading north and the other south, eating all the vegetation along that path. Now if they eat all the vegetation on the map, you're going to lose this round, and the more that's going to be left at the end is going to boost your points you receive if you do win. Now, just like with the worms in the previous runs, these conies go down very fast, so I suggest immediately starting to kill them once you appear in the zone, regardless of the risk of linking them all, and take them out as quickly as you can. In fact, linking them can actually save you a bit of time, but be warned that sometimes some of the ones that you've aggroed will end up running off, and both linking others and then making it difficult for you to catch up to. Now, after you take out all of the conies within your field of view, follow one of the paths north or south to finish off one group, and then head in the other direction to finish off the last group. Now this assault is faster than others, and I was able to take it out in just over 5 minutes. This brings us to the final run of this first assault video, counting sheep. Now this is similar to our second assault run, in that the time it takes will strongly depend on some luck, as once again you will be doing mining, and in this one even harvesting. Now the goal of this assault is to rescue as many sheep as possible, but to win, all you really need to do is rescue one. Now the first thing you want to do is speak with the Kiki Mine Baron and the Green Grocer, who will give you a pickaxe and sickle temporary key items respectively. You then need to run around the map looking for mining points and harvest points to use so that you can get ores and food. Now the main focus should be mining points, as that is what's going to give you the currency needed, but you also want to try and get the different harvest points done, as you may need some food as well later in the run. Now when you mine, you're going to get either a copper ore, which can be exchanged for a bronze piece, a silver ore that can be exchanged for a silver piece, or a gold ore that can be exchanged for a gold piece. Now you're looking to get 1 gold, 4 silver, and 20 bronze pieces, so shoot for getting that many of each ore. Now once you have enough, head back to the Mine Baron and give him all of the ore to get the currency needed to win the run. You can then run to the Kiki Shepherd and trade him the currency, and once you do, he will follow you to one of the ice walls and start destroying it with bombs. Now sometimes he's going to stop destroying the wall and ask for food, and that is why it was important to get some of that food earlier, so it's easy to actually have it available to you now when he asks for it. Now once the wall is blown up, get behind it and click on the sheep that is hiding inside to make the rune of release appear. Now the final Kiki you can see on this map is the Kiki dealer, who will actually gamble with you, and if you end up randoming a higher number than him, he'll end up giving you a single gold piece. However, I actually find that this is highly skewed in the dealer's favor, so I would just ignore him and use the actual mining and harvesting to get past this run as you normally do. Now that gold ore is going to be the most difficult thing to find. Sometimes it can take several runs to find one, and sometimes you'll find it on your first mining. So just like the second assault run, it's going to be kind of random in how long this one takes you, but hopefully you'll get past it quickly. That's going to be it for the first 5 assault runs. I hope you found that helpful. We'll see you next time when we cover the second 5 of this zone.